On a rainy day in Epcot, we're gonna still try to do our favorite first things in Epcot. You ready? Let's go. Here we go. We have come into Epcot. It is pouring, I guess, something like that. And we have friends with us today. Very excited to have them. This is Jason. That's Carrie. And they have brought their son too, who I will refrain from putting on camera just because I don't do that. So, we are going to be going into Epcot and trying to make sure we do our favorite things on our first day in the park. Now, Carrie and Jason have been here, so they're probably going to do other things, but we're glad to have them with us. However, Michelle and I have a list of things that we like to do when it's our first time in Epcot, and since Epcot is my favorite, we're going to have to try to figure it out from there. But with the rain and wind, this is going to be a fun day to vlog. We've come to the longest line that we will be standing in today, the coffee line. The rain is probably driving people in here, which is fine, and we're just gonna grab our Starbucks and get our way out. I can't show the whole thing, but this in the floor in the Connections Cafe is actually the original design for Epcot drawn by Walt Disney, and they added it to this when they did the reno of this building. And it's just a really cool detail that they added in. Michelle and I are going to quick step into Creation Shop because one of the special privileges of being an annual pass holder is the ability to get a annual pass holder magnet, and it's over there where you can pick it up. So we're going to go in there after now grabbing our tea and get our annual pass magnets. And this year's annual pass magnet is Stitch. This will not ever go in my car because this will be one of the first ones that gets stolen. But I've had the standard yellow one on my car for a while, never had an issue, but I have heard about people with these specialty ones definitely getting them taken. So this will just go on my fridge at home. Due to the rain outside and me wanting to protect my equipment, I am not going to be doing a lot of walk and talks until the rain goes away. However, Michelle is on the hunt for a specific pair of Three Caballeros ears that she saw online, and she's like, these are really cool. I think I see them off here to the right. Yeah, got a nod. Michelle currently has a pair on that she loves that actually have maracas in them. And yeah, she loves those. You can't really hear it, but yeah, I can hear them a little bit. But she loves the Three Caballeros characters, and so we often ride the Grand Fiesta Tour because of it. And, ooh, I think she found them. Ooh, there's a matching bag. That's not good. She didn't know there was a matching bag. I think she I think Disney just made her day. And it glows in the dark. And the ears, there's the ears right there. That's what she's looking for. So we stopped at Mexico Pavilion on our way over to Norway. We do have a fast pass for Frozen Ever After, which is one of our definite first day things. We also have a stop that we are going to do here today at La Cava del Tequila, one of our favorite places to get a margarita. I'll zoom in on that for you. But yeah, the La Cava del Tequila is a great place to get a margarita. If you want to sit and enjoy some great nachos and guacamole, they have that too. But Michelle asked to come in here because she was hoping that she'd be able to find the ears and they wouldn't be sold out. And they're definitely not. There's plenty. So, happy Michelle? Happy Michelle. Great. I do have to point out that the cashier, as Michelle was picking up her ears and the bag, of course, pointed out that these plushes have been out for a while, and it's the Three Caballeros, all of them in a Grand Fiesta Tour boat. And that is spectacular. From Mexico, we're going to head over to Norway. Again, it's still raining, so once we get to Norway, we'll talk about why Frozen's on our first day must-dos, as it is coming to this marketplace, which is a really cool place to go. Remember, this video is really about, we haven't been here for a while, so what do we have to do because we've got an itch we need to scratch? And that's what we're kind of trying to do today. So come along with us because hopefully it helps you understand like why you will have certain things you need to do in Disney when you first get there, and hopefully our ideas help you have a better idea. Well, the nice thing is, as we got to Norway, the rain stopped. So, we're coming into Norway. Frozen Ever After is my wife's pretty much favorite ride in Epcot. Am I correct on this? Yeah. Yeah? So, she always has this itch that she needs to scratch. We have one little claim to fame. When this ride opened in June of 2015, we rode the first time it was open. Like, we rode on that very first day. That's our one thing at this channel that we can say we did. We rode this ride on the day it opened, right?
Yep.
That was fun.
It was, and we didn't have to wait in 6-hour lines.
No, we didn't. I will say one of the things that is a little bit upsetting is that you don't get to see Oaken when you do the lightning lane, but you do get on the ride a lot faster, so I'm not going to complain about that.
Elsa's made a magic winter show with summer snow for spending me and you.
Hey, you're going up to the ice palace, Lucky.
Skating, so bring your hair. We get to share this frozen fun for the first time. Let it go, when I finally do what frozen things do in summer.
Thank you, Vanna. So I have decided to pull the trigger on a Helly Hansen raincoat. I've heard nothing but good things about these things. The rain today kind of helped, but also because the LL Bean one I've used for 20 years is finally destructed, and I didn't bring it on this trip because of that. And I've decided that I'm going to buy the high quality Helly Hansen stuff and have fun with that and keep myself dry. So Michelle and I are heading around the World Showcase, which is the next thing we like to do on our first day, because we always like to check out the shops and the pavilions and see what's new and see who's out. We have Snow White out right now. I'll show you her in a second. The line isn't that long, because like I said, World Showcase is a little empty right now. So if you want to meet and greet with an amazing princess, because the Snow White is always pretty good, actually amazing, check her out over here in Germany. And we just like to walk around the showcase in the correct direction, and that is clockwise. You go clockwise around World Showcase, unless you're crazy. The fun part is that we're going to be heading over to the Land Pavilion to do Soarin', and because we have a lightning lane for that, which is on our list of things that we must do. All right, so looking forward to that. Here we go. One of the stores we like to check out is Die Weihnachtsecke, which is the Christmas corner, and we're going to be heading in to check out like some of the awesome ornaments that they have up year round. And then next to that is the Glaskunst, which is the glass artist. And we're going to check out that store because you usually can find some pretty cool stuff in there too. By the way, no tree is complete without a German glass pickle, but it is completely not complete without a German glass pickle with a Santa hat on it. Michelle just told me that if we ever win Powerball, I'm allowed to buy this $80,000 Swarovski crystal Spaceship Earth. Pipe dreams. Just came across this new one. This is only $49,000 instead of $80,000. And it's really cool. It's got all the colors on it, like it's lit up at night. That is pretty awesome. Nestled in the back of the German Pavilion is the Beer Garden restaurant. Now, we do have reservations here later on in this trip, and we're looking forward to that. We do have a review on the channel of this restaurant when it was family style, but it has gone back to buffet, so we're kind of looking forward to being able to try that out. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that it is not for everybody. Michelle eats there. It is very hearty German food, and in the summer heat, it might be a little bit of a big deal. I'm looking forward to reviewing that restaurant. We're not going to be there today. However, you should wait for that review for the buffet to come out. But I do recommend this restaurant highly. If you're looking for a great place to eat on your first day, I do recommend it, but just watch out for the hearty food. I do want to say that we don't usually stop for shopping here in Italy, but we do really appreciate the beauty of the Italy Pavilion. They did an excellent job of recreating all kinds of things from different areas of Italy, like Venice, Naples, and Florence, and Rome as well. And the cool thing is that building in the back that I'm showing you is the Via Napoli. It's another great idea. If you're looking for a good restaurant to eat with your family, that everyone will find something they like and you'll have excellent quality food, I highly recommend Via Napoli Pizzeria. So good, excellent food. Every time we've gone there, it's great. And Michelle actually recommends the cantaloupe and prosciutto pizza. That one is way better than you're expecting, and you're gonna love it. As we come through the American Adventure, I do want to recommend the quick service restaurant, Regal Eagle Smokehouse, is actually a really good place to stop for your value, for your buck. You get a lot of food for the amount of money you spend, and the refreshment bar next to it actually is a little bit of a secret hidden gem. It has Michelle's favorite, the Ace Space Blood Orange, which she will often grab when we're getting ready to watch fireworks. But I also want to tell you that one of the things we have to see is Voices of Liberty. Voices of Liberty is a singing group that sings here at the American Adventure inside the Rotunda. They're incredible a cappella choir. They do Americana, they do Disney, they do all kinds of things. excellent singers, the best singers on property in my opinion, and they perform right here in the American Adventure inside the Rotunda. Please make sure that you come see them on your first day because it'll give you your best first day feelings ever. We're gonna definitely try to catch them today. They usually go on right before the American Adventure show runs. So the next showing's at 1:15, according to the sign, so we're gonna try to catch them before that. Actually, lucky us, in 8 minutes is the next show. So we're gonna go catch the 12:45 show, but there's their typical showings in a day. Voices of Liberty, so good. Voices of Liberty will be performing right here shortly. And this is the Rotunda that I'm talking about. And I'm talking quietly because my voice has a tendency to carry everywhere I go. So this Rotunda really has excellent acoustics, and I don't want to have other people listening in on what I'm saying.
This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. California to the New York Island. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. We are the Voices of Liberty. We're so glad all of you are here joining us in our home.
As Michelle and I work our way out of the Rotunda, that concert was phenomenal. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And at the end, we got to talk to Sarah, who also sings with Voctive, and talk just for a moment. And then we had a nice long conversation with Karen, who's one of the lead sopranos. And that was just so phenomenal that she would take the time to talk to us about being in Voices of Liberty and that whole thing. And I wasn't going to film that because I wasn't going to, waste an opportunity just to put a camera in someone's face. But that was so cool. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah, it was definitely, that was so cool. All right, we're gonna move on. Man, Simple Gifts has got me. I need to go to Mitsukoshi and laugh at weird department store stuff. Actually, we're gonna skip Mitsukoshi right now because we just looked and our Soarin lightning lane comes in and we'd like to be able to tap in quickly to be able to get another one. So we're gonna head over to Soarin via Morocco and then probably do Living with the Land after that because that's a must do for me. You too, right? Yeah. So we're probably gonna do both of those in one shot. Oh, I actually forgot to mention because the Voices of Liberty were so good. At the very end of the concert, I was able to pull boarding group 101 for Guardians of the Galaxy. And just to give you an idea, that's like boarding group 1 at 7 a.m. I'll prove it. I'll put it up there on the screen. 101. I told you, my tips work. If you haven't looked at my video for how to get on Guardians, you should, because my tips. 101. We are going to explore it eventually, the new Communicore Hall area. However, we are heading over to the Land Pavilion, but I will say that one of the nice things that has happened because they have finally pulled the construction walls down is that this cutoff that you don't have to go over past Journey into Imagination is open again. And this was one of my favorite little mini shortcuts. And it's been gone for 5 years, something like that. And yeah, we're glad to have this back as we head back over to the land. Welcome to the Land Pavilion. Little fun fact I like to give about those hot air balloons that have been up there since they built this pavilion is that they are the 4 seasons wrapped around the Earth. Also, a reservation I was not able to get for this trip because it's actually very difficult is Garden Grill, this restaurant here. And Mickey Mouse is currently meeting with guests in a restaurant that slowly rotates around the Living with the Land tableaus. And you also get to meet Chip and Dale, which is why I really wanted to do it, and Pluto and Mickey. We have made our way into the queue for Soarin. Currently the wait time is 65 minutes, but we have lightning lanes, which is good. One of the things I like about Soarin, though, is they do have this trivia thing you can do in the line to kind of pass time. It's not really showing up because the screen's a little bright in comparison to the rest of the room, but there is a trivia little thing you can do, and that'll help pass the time, and you can try to like challenge your friends, challenge your family, and do that while you're doing that. But like I said, we are in here. But the thing I love about Soarin's queue, it has the best queue music. It's all flight movie music. If you can hear it in the background. Oh my gosh, that was timing. One of the ones I always joke about being in here is the main theme to Battlestar Galactica, which is now currently playing as I'm talking about it. Battlestar Galactica from like the 70s, 80s television show, not the current reiteration, which does use it too, but I just love the fact that it's in there. That makes me laugh, and the fact that I was talking about it, and then the song that I always joke about being in there comes up. So thanks, Disney, you just made my day. The one thing I always tell people, though, as we're coming around this turn, you're going to see it. We will be sorted into A, B, or C concourse, and then you will have a wait. And generally, you will wait longer than you do on most lightning lanes after you've gotten sorted into a line. Usually when you get sorted in a line, it takes you pretty quick. But the one thing we tell people is be nice to the cast members, but ask for row B1. You will not regret sitting there. We got B2 without having to ask. So we decided not to ask. This is fine. We like B2 too. We just have a few feet in our view, and that's not really a problem. All right, here we go. Here's a real quick tip. If you have large bags like we do, you can set them right here next to the column in this white lined area.
So we're into town. We are ready for takeoff.
So we're coming off Soarin, and like I said before, don't expect just because you got a lightning lane that you're going to not wait. We actually were sent on Concourse C, and it was taking an unusually long time, and then when we got down there, we realized they weren't putting anybody into the A boarding area. Didn't realize it until like we were about to get on, and then they didn't even send the A boarding area up, so there was this big gap to my right. It was a little disconcerting, but that would explain why it took us a while to get in there. But the positive is, while I was waiting in line, I was able to get a Remy's Ratatouille Adventure lightning lane, which were sold out earlier, and I was able to find one for like $225. So that's our next lightning lane. We're gonna figure out other things to do. Before then, Michelle wants some food. We're gonna do Living with the Land. Again, Remy's is not always on our list of must-dos on the first day in the park, but it is a fun ride, and being able to do it is a plus, but it's more of a bonus on this day. But Living with the Land, now that's something I have to do. So I'm going to tell you that one of the reasons why I'm about to go on this ride, Living with the Land, is actually because when I was a little boy, the very first time I came to Epcot, it was 1987. And in 1987, my grandfather was like, we're going to the Learning Park. And so we went to the Learning Park first, which was Epcot. And of the first 3 rides that I rode, Living with the Land was one of them. And so I have a very nostalgic itch for this ride. So we're going to go do Living with the Land.
Beneath the surface of the land, roots trap water from the flowing mud, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Welcome to our living laboratories, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. Only then will we truly be living with the land.
So Michelle and I had to we kind of bolted out of the land because it got crowded because it started raining again. And we love living with the land, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice, slow moving boat ride. It was a lot of fun to do that. And now we're over here at Communicore because we wanted to check out what that looked like. And I'm, by the way, wearing my brand new Helly Hansen rain jacket. And we're going to see where Communicore was. And I have to be honest, I'm a little disappointed, but I can see the potential. And I'll show you why. So Communicore Plaza has kind of turned into like this, currently just like this seating lounge space. And as you can see, it's rather crowded because there's a number of people in here avoiding the rain. But the Communicore is supposed to be like a festival space. They're going to use it for all kinds of different things. So I can see the potential of what it can be. We're now heading into Moana, Journey of Water. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of less crowds because of the rain. Again, this is like a little bit of an adventure of the water cycle and teaching us how water connects us. And it has all kinds of little nods, like there's the heart of Te Fiti. Here is our first feature. That was fun. So you touch the strings of water and it plays music. Let's see. So in this part right here, if you wave at the water, it'll play with you. But if you can get people to step into every single spot and kind of do it together, it'll do stuff together as a family. They encourage you to do that. As you're looking here on the Traveling Together board, it says, challenge your families how many times a day you can do things. And they're asking, like, if everyone stands on this thing in front of you and does it at the same time, it'll all play together. And by the way, I'm getting that by putting my hand up above my head. Put your hand above your head, it reacts differently. Cool, right? All right, here you have the dry path to the right and the wet path to the left. And the little rain will stop right as you step into it, but you might get a little wet, and so it kind of gives you a little bit of heads up. Here we go. I'll even do it with my expensive electronic recording equipment, and it'll be just fine. See? Stop right before the camera got there. And one of the really cool parts of this is you come here to this part called the lake, which has all these jumping fountains, and you see Te Fiti herself. Well done, Disney, well done. If you work as a group, I just caught the tail end of it. You work as a group, you can make it do a really cool thing at the end to get this thing right here where you're doing the wave. If you get a whole group of people to do it, it will actually like flash up an entire big wave of everyone doing it. But you can see it's kind of interacting right now with the people that are at it. Oh, we got a big one over there from the group. There we go. Love it. I think the ocean wave is my favorite part where you can get it, if you get a whole group of people to do it, that's a lot of fun. We got like a whole line of people to do it, and I was too excited and I didn't film it, so it was my fault. But I did try to catch it after I had done it, which was really cool. I also think that there's a couple spots where there could be a little bit more interactive spots. There's a couple spots where I feel like they're like the river. The river looks cool, like the water traveling down and the little jet jumping into the river, but for the most part, it feels like it's missing something. Am I describing that right? Yeah, so we feel like it's missing something. But so doing the new things, since we're regulars, is part of our first day. And so for me, that was completely new. I did not go into Journey Water the last time we were here because I was here with my band and I wanted to be able to experience it well. Michelle had some extra time, so she went and did it because she really wanted to. But now, since it's our first day and it's my first chance to do it, I was like, I gotta do it. Right? Yeah. So now we're probably gonna we're really close to Spaceship Earth. You want to do Spaceship Earth? Sure. Let's do Spaceship Earth. Great ride. Never mind, changing plans. We just realized that we almost missed our Remy's window because we were enjoying Moana so much. So we're gonna actually head back to Remy's. We're gonna be behind it a little bit, but we should be okay to get in. I did take a screenshot of our pass, and I will be nice to the cast members, and they'll probably be good with letting us in. With Michelle and I being the experienced world travelers that we are, we've made it to France through 3 countries. It's amazing how effective our passports are, or something. We are actually just outside of that 15-minute window. If that happens, all you need to do, especially with that 70-minute wait, if that happens, all you have to do is be nice to the cast members, and generally, as long as you're close, they're gonna let you in. You just have to say, hey, look, I missed it, admit to it, and they'll probably just go, blue light? Nope, green light. Here we go, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Not always a must-do on a first day for us, but a nice bonus. And hopefully, we're about to get on it using our lightning lane. Hey, we're in. Yay, we made it. Okay, good. So the cast member was like, he's like, oh my gosh. And then he's like, don't worry about it, you're in. I was like, great.
Too simple. What?
Right to the yellow truck.
Hey, wait, that's it! But it's for them, not you! You! How you doing? Bon appetit! And Mino!
There's a detail I'm going to point out here, and it's all on the floor. So if you watch this, you are currently a rat, and you're currently rat-sized, and then as you turn the corner, you have gone back to human-sized, and the tile changes to kind of indicate that. Okay, Remy's done. Like I said, not always a must-do on our first day in the parks, but it's a fun ride. It's a lot of fun. Our version today was a little interesting. Is a little stop and start because they were being too efficient and they got the rats in a lot faster than normal. However, we do have one thing that we do need to do, and that is margaritas at La Cava del Tequila, right?
Always.
So we're off to La Cava from France, so we're gonna walk all the way over there, and then we will, for you, it'll be an instant like. And like I said, instantly transport you here to our favorite place to get a drink, La Cava del Tequila. So we're gonna go in and get our drink. I'm probably gonna get an El Diablo. I think Michelle is going to get a, she's gonna get an I don't know, which is
top shelf or
probably a top shelf or a blood orange, but she doesn't know yet. We'll find out. All right, margaritas achieved. There it is. There it is. I got, they no longer have the El Diablo, apparently, but they made the cucumber one spicy for me, which works, and Michelle got
blood orange.
Yeah, so cheers. Love the heat on that. You might notice a little bit of a time jump because we just had dinner with friends over at La Hacienda de San Janel. Make sure you watch for that review to come up on the channel. However, Michelle and I, while we were in there, got called for Guardians. This seems to be our thing because we got called for Tron. There it is. We got called for Tron while we were eating at a restaurant, and so we had to bring that receipt in the other day. So we're batting 1,000 with these, but we're heading over to Guardians very late. But they do train them that if you bring your receipt and you show it to them, they should let you on the ride. So we're gonna head over to Guardians. We're walking past the Odyssey Pavilion right now, and then we'll head over to Guardians. So something that would normally be on our first day here at Epcot is Test Track. And as you can see, it is under construction. So Test Track 3.0 will be coming soon, and then it'll be back on our first day. So here we go. We have gotten to the wonders of Xandar Pavilion so that we can ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This is one of my favorite coasters of all time. I just absolutely love the Omni Coaster concept. I love the way that the story works on this ride. Everything about this ride is great. I have a couple videos that talk about this, and I also have a video that helps you get into the virtual queue. Like I said, I got Boarding Group 101, and technically Boarding Group 101 is the first group they give out at 1 p.m. So I got basically Boarding Group 1 at 1 p.m. My tips actually work. Check them out. So as advertised, if you have dinner somewhere and you can produce the receipt, all you have to do is show the attendant and they'll let you in late. It wasn't even a question. She's like, sure, just scan it, you're good, right? Yeah, just scan it, you're good. All right, off we go to ride one of the best coasters in the park. The nice thing is it appears that we got here at the right time because the line isn't up until you get into the upper room. And sometimes we've been stuck at the door as you walk into the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion. So we'll take this. This will probably be 25 to 30 minute wait. We'll see. I'll time it. My watch says 7:09.
Greetings, Terrans. I am Nova Prime Irani Rayal, commander of the Nova Corps.
I am Groot.
question.
Now, who do you think's okay?
Perhaps that really big man outside your ship. That is a big man.
Okay, and with a jump point. This plan is never gonna work.
Rocket!
Well,
What is that noise?
Noise? No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
what have we done? I think we should be back.
All the way.
Oh, Christ. Let me try this. Our world would have been perfect. Yeah, well, nobody's perfect.
Locking coordinates for Echo.
It's Epcot. You're all heroes.
Do you really think they deserve to be called heroes? Do you see how they dress?
It's just a figure of speech, Drax.
You are lying to them. Now I understand.
I'm a mite excited because I have now completed the song list. I ran works great on that ride. Would you agree? I ran works great?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That song looked great. That's probably now, that's number 2. So my ranking is September 1st. Then it's I Ran, because that was great. Then Kunga. Then One Way or Another. Then Disco Inferno. Yep, there it is. Disco Inferno. And then Everybody Wants to Rule the World's at the bottom, and I don't want to hear it again because that song doesn't fit that ride. I love that song. It doesn't fit that ride. But that was so much fun. We got front row. What a blast. What an absolute blast that ride is. And now we have one thing left to do in our first day video. First day in Epcot. That one thing is simple. It's ride Spaceship Earth. We'll do that eventually. We're gonna hang with our friends for a little bit. We have made it to Spaceship Earth, and I'll point out, as I always tell people, don't ride it in the morning, because it will inevitably be a walk-on at some point in time, like it is right now. All right, I'm stoked because we're getting on Spaceship Earth right now, and it's playing Illuminations. Haha, that makes me happy. And it's like putting on a really dazzling light show on everybody. All right, here we go. History of communication, our definite must-do on our first day back to Epcot. You ready, Michelle? Having fun yet?
Yeah.
How many times did you ride this with your son? 7. There you go. See, this ride's even for kids.
Civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with Autumn, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? That's the Phoenicians. They invented it.
Hi, Sleepy Carl. Man, I've been running this since I was a 7-year-old, and he still hasn't finished his painting. Get to work, slacker.
We form a super network that glows with billions of interactions, poised to shape the future of this, our spaceship Earth. Welcome to the future. Or should I say, your future?
It was me who didn't get the face. There's this little slot.
Here in the future, you has everything organized to help you start your day.
Michelle, look what you married.
The end. Or should I say, the beginning of your future.
All right, well, our first day in Epcot. Success. We had really good success, especially the ending with Spaceship Earth. That was great. We're not doing fireworks tonight. We have plenty of other nights to see fireworks, so we'll make sure to do that, right?
Yeah.
And so these are our tips to have a good first day. Like, do the things that make you happy on that first day, or the things that you've had an itch to do. Do those things. Don't try to do everything. Just do the things that you have that itch to do, and you'll have a great day. Promise. Try mimicking our day. See how it goes for you, right? Yeah, it's a great idea. Anyway, we've loved doing this little first day in Epcot video. And we have the beautiful fountain behind us and the Spaceship Earth in front of us, but we're gonna have to go. But we don't like to say goodbye because we're gonna see you real soon. So we say, see you bye.